Hey, this is Christian Kunche. There's a new Next Up in Jorvik. So, yeah, let's just go through it. Okay, so this one came out actually a while ago, but I haven't really been much on my computer, so I didn't notice. It came out like almost 2 weeks ago. Wow. I mean, typically they come out like somewhere between the Wednesday of the last Next Up in Jorvik, like the last update of that one, and the next one, so Thursday through Tuesday. This one came out, like on Thursday, and yeah, like almost 2 weeks ago. Again, I just haven't really been on my computer much, so kind of missed this one. But oh well, I'll go through it now, and I'll probably like post it today or tomorrow. We'll see. But anyways, so yeah, next up in Jorvik, and this one came out like on the last day of July. We're already in August now, so Yeehaw! Grab all the cowboy hats. We're heading off to Starshine Ranch. So, and I mean, it says like Camp Western August 6th, so that one was last week. So Camp Western has already started. And I was kind of like, wondering if you actually would get Camp Western or not, because um, I thought that it would actually come in July. Because wasn't it in July? Like, maybe it wasn't in July ever. I don't know. It was in May like last year, so and I don't quite remember when it was here the first year, but yeah. Um, but yeah, so it's like, are we even guessing the summer camp or? And yeah, we are. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, so it's like these. I don't know if it's gonna be like 4 or 5 updates for this one, but probably four. And I'm assuming that like it's probably mostly gonna be Camp Western, obviously. But yeah, let's check it out anyways. Okay. Oops. Camp Western, August 6th. We're yet again returning to Starshine Ranch, where the Peterson family welcomes us to their homey Western festival. There's gold to be mined, wolves and bears to dodge, and chores to be done around the beautifully decorated ranch. We're welcoming 2 new festival codes variations and another season of champion ranks. I don't really like the champion ranks and the Trailblazer track, but I mean, overall, I think it is fine. Sure, it is probably just same old as last year and all. Sure, like new horses and clothes intact probably eventually, but yeah. And yeah, we're probably going to get like something new to do, like 1 or 2 things probably, but it's mostly just gonna be the same old, yeah. That's like how festivals work. Um, when they return, it's mostly just same as last year. So, I mean, like, I'm not that excited because it's like, it's going to be mostly, like the same as last year. But, yeah, I think it is fine. I think it is fine. So, and I mean, like, it's been more than a year since it was here last, so then, it's been a while since we've been able to do these things, so, and I think it is okay to have something come back, like, once a year or something like that, maybe. Well, maybe it would be like, best if it was like once every 2 or 3 years, honestly. But yeah, having something, like stay here for a bit and then be gone for a year, I think that's pretty nice because then, you may actually be able to like miss it in between and then want to do it again when it comes back. Not always, but like there's at least a chance. And I mean, like me, I don't like repetition at all, so yeah, having something just like stay in game forever, like all the time, then I don't feel motivated at all to do it. But then, when there's like a festival, I will typically at least do it one time to see if something has changed. Um, and then of course like we typically get some new stuff as well, so that as well. But yeah, so So I'll probably like, do it a couple times. Because it's been gone so long, but so it's like I feel more like, just about it, like I don't care that much. Um and also like I would have to say that like my favorite like season, like festivals, yeah, is Halloween. So yeah. Not that I like the Halloween update like, that much because it's just the same old and we've had it for so many years. So it's getting a little old, the update itself, but like Halloween in and of itself is like, my favorite of these. Um, so yeah. And the one I like the least is the spring one, both because of just the season being spring and also it's been here for so long and I don't really like the Equestrian Festival like that much to begin with, so yeah. Um, yeah. For the like Winter Village Festival, I'm just like typically too exhausted from just like real life. Because like around New Year's is like when so many things happen. Like first is my brother's birthday a little before Yule, then New Year's, and then my birthday right after. Yeah, it's the busiest time of the year for me. Always has been. Um, so then I'm just like too exhausted, so it's kind of like it's nice to just whenever I do log into Star Stable, just go on autopilot, and also I haven't really been on Star Stable too much the last couple of years for the Winter Village because I've just been too busy and yeah. um, yeah, and also I've been staying like, at one place where I have a computer that is just so slow with everything, so it's kind of hard to be on Star Stable as well, because I haven't been home alone for too much, so then it's hard to make videos. So ever since I moved here, I haven't really done the Winter Village thing that much. But when I lived alone, I did it a bit. So that's like before 2023, I believe. Yeah, so it's been a while since that, but it will probably get like kind of better now because, well, I mean, I'm thinking I'll probably stay at least like, a couple of days before you probably, and until after New Year's, I'll probably stay at that like the place that I've been to for that before. But like around there, so like before and after, I'll probably like just be in my own apartment, and I could like go back and forth and like make a video and then go back. So I could do that as well because it's like so close. Um, so yeah, so it's gonna be easier to make videos. Well, kind of like from the Halloween festival and going forward, I guess. Um, yeah, because like I'm moving out in September. Well, I'm leaving here on the 28th of August, but I'm moving into my apartment like sometime in September because I'm gonna stay at someone else's place. Um, like where I'm going for like Yule and all. I'm going there first, and then I have like a few more things left to do in my apartment, and then after that, like after I'm done with everything, I'll move in. So yeah, and then it's just gonna be easier to do videos because well, I'm gonna live alone. Also, whenever I'm like not staying here, but like the place that I usually like go to. hmm it's so close that I can just like walk over and do a video and then walk back. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, the village has also been here for a really long time, but it's kind of like I'm just so exhausted that like I'm mostly just going on autopilot, and that works pretty well in a way. And also, I like winter, so that's great. Um, yeah, the summer camp has, like it's I think this is the third year, right? So it's fairly new. Um, so I haven't gotten that sick of it yet. So even though I don't like summer that much, mostly because of the heat, really. But yeah, it's so new that it's okay. And also we got like the new festival, like, I don't know when we got it, but earlier in the summer, at like the Pinto Beach. So now there's two summer festivals. So I'm kind of wondering a little bit like how long Camp Western is. And yes, I know we're gonna find out. And I was wondering if we were gonna get Camp Western as well. And yeah, we get it as well. Because like they didn't say anything about us not getting Camp Western last year, as well as that, like, I feel like retiring the like newest festival is kind of strange, so I'm glad that it's back and hope that it will be back for next year as well. Like, if they're gonna retire any of the festivals, I hope that they would retire, like, honestly, the spring festival and do something else. But yeah, like, at least like one of the older ones first, if they're gonna retire anything. But anyways, the power of pumpkins. Okay, August 13th, so in 2 days. Doris and Jasper duel in an epic battle. Or, well, they're competing in a pumpkin growing competition. Whoever wins will need some extra help from the festival goers. Conrad has a new fun task for anyone who's looking to show off their strength on a high striker. Besides this, two more festival coats variations arrive and two adorable pets. So yeah, so there's like, a cool little quest, I guess, um, and a task, so like two new things to do, it seems. Yeah, and then obviously like, new horses, new pets. But like, I'm expecting there to be like new horses, maybe some new pets, new clothes, tack, all that kind of stuff, so, um, and I don't really care so much for items, honestly, so it's just like, it's fine, but I just don't care. But yeah, but this seems kind of fun. Um, okay. Pets and more pumpkins. Didn't we just like get pets though? What's going on? August 20th. There's talk of two little animals hanging out in nature around the ranch. Wonder what they're looking for. Jasper and Doris continue with the pumpkin growing. We'll also get or August Bazaar going on. We also got, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the bazaars are here too often for it to be like, special, kind of. So I don't quite like that the bazaars are like every single month. It would feel more special and kind of like, well, yeah, special if it was like maybe every 3 months or less than that even. If it was like 2, 3 times a year, maybe four, I think that would have been better because then it's like, it's a little more special. It's not like that often. Because like, the August Bazaar, like, that's clearly like something that happens each month. And this is like this month's Bazaar. Um, so yeah, and it's kind of like before I would check out like every single Bazaar because they wouldn't happen so often. But now it's like, it happens every single month, so it's like I can't be bothered anymore. Not that I would buy anything back then either, but it's just like when it would, show up maybe like, 2, 3 times a year, then it's like a little more special than just, oh yeah, it's gonna be here next month as well. I don't really care. So, yeah, I think that having, like a bazaar every single month is just too much. But oh well, and I get it for people, like actually buying stuff from the bazaar, that it might be a little different, that it might be like a little bit more nice to be able to then, like do it every single month. But yeah. So yeah, so we get like, I guess a little bit of continuation of that like quest. Seems like a quest anyways. Um Maybe like two little tasks or whatever. Cause like I feel like maybe that like two little animals are like the cat and the dog that you have to do stuff and like all to get. Uh Probably new ones this year, but yeah, that's probably it. So, two little tasks, one like quest line divided in like two parts or whatever, maybe more, but oh well. Um, so it seems like it's going to be at least for 4 weeks, which is like, wasn't the other festival, like the other summer festival here for 4 weeks as well? I think so. Um, so yeah, I mean, like, I feel like maybe it shouldn't be like, two festivals in the same season for 4 weeks. Like back in the day, it would be like festivals for a season would last for like, I think 6 or 7 weeks combined. Um, Typically like, and it would be like 4 to 6 weeks for festivals. I think something along those lines. And I feel like, when it's just the same old and not really much new, then 4 weeks is a bit much. Like I get it that, like they have like a quest line and some tasks to do, but like they could have just done the quest line, starting it the first week, continuing like, the next week, and then if they're doing like, part three, could have just been 3 weeks. Doesn't really need to be 1 week for us to like just get the same old. So they could have utilized it better, in my opinion, but oh well, like it looks fine. So yeah. Okay, a small pumpkin. August 27th. So this is the day before I go. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this one more before I go, but yeah, I'll try. Um, I'll try. And yeah, I might go like into um my apartment and like, be on my computer there for a bit and make a video or some. We'll see. That's like, this is like on the like then until the third. Yeah, I'll see how I'll do about that. Maybe I'll just do the video where I'm gonna stay and just without sound and then do a voiceover later. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But anyway, so it's the final week of Camp Western, and the Pumpkin Showdown has come to an end. Those who support the winning pumpkin will receive a tiny reward to bring with them. Rumors are that Lisa even has a new song to perform. It's also the final week of the champion ranks, as well as the festival exclusive items and horses. I hope they mean like, that is like, this is the last week for this year, like, mm-hmm. Because that kind of sounds a little bit like, this is the last time forever. Um, but yeah. So yeah, so like a bunch of pumpkin stuff, um, some little tasks to do. So yeah, so like a few new things to do, but nothing really big, which is kind of what I expected. So yeah, so like I'm not super excited honestly because it doesn't sound that interesting to me, but yeah, I guess I'm more like neutral. Like sure, it's what I expected. It's fine. Don't care that much for it, but yeah, it's fine. Um, so yeah, and then like it's gonna be September after this one. Um, which like probably just like something small the first week because of like having a festival, and then typically there's something small after, like right before and right after, because like festivals are kind of like big in a way. And then maybe we'll have like a main story quest, or maybe we'll get a new area, something maybe little bit bigger after that. And I mean, like, it doesn't seem like Star Stable is gonna celebrate their birthday this year because they didn't do it last year. So I don't think we're gonna get any like birthday stuff. I'd be surprised if we did. Um, so I don't think there's gonna be like any birthday celebration, and that would kind of like be what September was about back in the day. So yeah, so like maybe we'll get some like new area or some quest, like main story quest, in September. October will, like obviously be Halloween. Um, Maybe we'll get like, the other one of like quest or new area in November. That's like the big update then. And December, like it's just Winter Village. So yeah. So that's kind of like, what I'm expecting for the rest of the year. And I don't know if we're gonna actually get a new area or if we're gonna get more like main story quests for the rest of the year. Um, I mean, we didn't get a new area at all last year, so maybe not this year. I don't know. And yeah, I feel like, the main story quests have been really few and far apart lately. I don't know if it's always been like that, but I kind of feel like it was more back in the day and that they were closer. Might just be because, like I didn't start playing when Star Stable, like, was brand new, so that, like I had a lot to catch up with, and that's why I didn't feel so, like, far apart. I don't know. Um, but yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited to see, like, um, what we get for the rest of the year, but yeah, I mean, for like, October and December, I'm just expecting, like the festivals. Nothing else really, at least nothing big. Like maybe some like clothes or tack or horses or a race, like something like that. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much about it. And then I am kind of expecting something big, like a main story quest, like a little bit of a bigger quest or something, or a new area, like both in September and November, because it kind of has to be like something big then, right? Um, or at least bigger, not just small updates. So I have some expectations for September and November, really, but I mean, yeah, we didn't get a new area last year, and Starship didn't even tell us. So I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna believe that we're gonna get a new area until we actually do. Like for this year, well, any year, honestly, but yeah. Um, and I mean, like, when did we have the last quest? Was that like at the end of the spring, beginning of the summer or something? So I don't think it has been that long since we had like, a okay, that's actually kind of a quest, isn't it? But like a main story quest. Um, yeah, at the end of May, right? So yeah, so it did, like have a quest then at the end of the spring. So I'm thinking that like there probably won't be a new quest in September, so like maybe new area then, or maybe we won't even get a new area this year. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm kind of like, expecting more so for a new main story quest to be in November because it's like we just had one in May and Source will typically like, do a bunch of time in between. Um, yeah, like I think like it's been like it was about a year between the last one and the one before that. So yeah, I'm expecting to like, have to wait until November to get some more, not get something in September. I just feel like that doesn't quite track for Star Stable with like timing and all. But yeah, so maybe then a new area in September, or I don't think we're gonna get one this year either. But yeah, we'll have to see. Obviously, there's gonna be like, all of August first, and then we can see, like the new next up in Jorvik. Probably then, like towards the beginning of September, right, or end of August. Yeah, so sometime between the, well, probably not on the 27th or the 3rd, but like when I leave until my grandma's birthday. That's probably what I should expect to do next up in Jorvik. And I'll just have to see about, like, when I'll be able to record that and everything and how I do about that, but because, like, it's probably gonna come out between, like, when I leave, um, and, like, yeah. And I don't know how long I'm gonna stay there before I move into my apartment, but probably not gonna be like that short, so before I move in, so um but yeah. And I mean, like, obviously, like, on the 28th I leave, so I probably won't be on my computer at all that day. I might even pack it up, like the day before or something. And then, like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna be like busy for a bit, like we're going to visit my grandma on the Saturday because her birthday is, like, the Tuesday. Um, and yeah, I might, like, start doing stuff in my apartment um, when that week comes around. So maybe I'll be able to, like, then make a video shortly after. I'll have to see though, but yeah. So, I mean, sure, I will be able to do, like, this one probably. But then this one I'm a little more concerned about. But yeah, maybe I'll have to try to do, like, on Wednesday or something. So yeah, because I don't think I'll be able to do it on Thursday. So then either I'll have to then do it when I'm over there or before I go. Yeah, I'll just have to see, honestly, what I'll be able to do and all. But yeah, what I need to do before I can, like, make videos in my apartment is that I need to, um, because I am planning to, like, um, use, like, I have a bed couch and I'm planning to use it as a couch and a bed. So, but I have to, like, wash some sheets for that, and I have to wash just, like, tablecloth for the table that I'm gonna use. So, and before I can even, like, wash that, I have to fix with the washing machine and, like, connect that to water and electricity and push it in to where it's gonna be. So yeah. So I'm thinking that that's probably gonna be, like, one of the first things I do. So, like, if I maybe do that on Monday, where I, like, connect it, push it in, um, try just one round of, like, water in and out to see that that works and everything is good, and then I could start washing the stuff. Yeah. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to, like, wash stuff and all, but oh well. Um, well, mostly dry, but yeah, I'll just have to see, honestly. I'll just have to see what I'll do. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll have to figure that out. Like, yeah, I could do videos, like, where I'm gonna stay. I don't have to do it on this computer or anything, so I think I want to do the next up in Jorvik on this computer. But I could do the other one, like, and just do voiceover later or whatever. Um, there, so, like, and of course, like, I could wait with the next up in Jorvik for a while, so there's no rush with that. There's more of a rush with, like, this one. So either I'll do it, like, before I leave, or on the other computer while I'm gone. but yeah, I'll have to figure that out at some other point because I mean, yeah, if I'm able to do it before I go, I'll just do that. If not, I'll have to figure out something. But yeah, yeah. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and watch my other videos. I hope to see you later. Stay crazy. Bye.